Okay. Good evening. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat, Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri, Guruve Namaha. Guru Brahma, Master is the creator. Guru Vishnu, Master is the protector. Guru Devo Maheshwara, that is, Master is the destroyer too. Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, that Master is God Himself. Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Such a Master, to such a Master, my infinite salutations at His holy feet. So that's all. Now, let me read what is called, what quotation, one saying rather. So after that, I'll go for the Babuji's message. So one wise man, and he said, and he regrets that people have been coming to the wise man, okay, complaining about the same problem every time. All the people will come. He will be under the tree, sitting under meditating. To such a sage, all the in the village, everyone will come, and they will complain their problems repeatedly. One day he told them a joke, and everyone roared in laughter. After a couple of minutes, one day all were sitting, and he told a joke, cracked a joke, and all his followers, villagers, they laughed like anything for the joke. And what happened? After a couple of minutes, he told them the same joke, and only a few of them smiled. And he repeated again the same joke, and a few people only could laugh. They laughed. Rest, they did not laugh. When he told the same joke for the third time, no one laughed anymore. You see the fun. He repeated third time the same joke, but none of his followers or villagers, they have not laughed at all. They were silent. So the wise man smiled and said to them, "You cannot laugh at the same joke over and over. So why are you always crying about the same problem?" You understand the fun in it? So you should leave the problem, that's all. Worrying won't solve your problems. It is all just waste of your time and energy. That's all. Some people, they go on worrying, past thinking, and they waste their entire life only thinking about the past and regretting and repenting or crying, went into a depression like that. They spoil their very career, spiritual career. Such people are spoiling. Now, let me come to the Master's message. Here, Master is beautifully giving certain techniques to the abhyasis, seekers of reality, such that the abhyasis, if they follow strictly, implicitly what Babuji Maharaj says, what the Divine Master says, and puts in practice in day-to-day life, in all their activities, certainly that such a type of abhyasis will progress. Their progress will be speedy and fast. Maybe in this very life they may reach their goal of life. So that is what Babuji Maharaj is telling. He is giving techniques, like a cat giving training to the kitten, how to catch this prey. So like that, Babuji Maharaj is, his intention is, his desire, his sankalpa, descended from the Bhuma ever since. His sankalpa was that he should lift all humanity and keep them in the ultimate. So therefore, he is very much eager and very much interested in our realization than what we have in our own realization, the interest or the practice, regular practice. So therefore, you can see the master's unconditional love and the well-being of our self. So we have to indebted to such a master. Now he is telling in this paragraph, divine message, he is conveying whatever he feels, his techniques and his advices, such that the abhyasis may inspire, and then they may start doing the practice perfectly, regularly, sincerely, and thereby they may progress in spirituality speedily by the grace and will of the master. So therefore, let me read this and enlighten you all, but you have to put it in practice. All theories, philosophies are there in our mission also. Copy, paste, post. Posting all copy, paste business. This copy, paste business, what it will do with the abhyasis, they just read like an anecdote, like a story. They go through it, the messages, whatever messages. They will attach some Babuji's form or some Daji's form or some Chariji's form, like that. Everybody, even myself also, I give post, copy, paste, and post in the Facebook. What is the use of that? Only a few abhyasis they read completely and understand, digest. Of course, let them be like that, what we sincerely wish. But most of the abhyasis, they just have a glance. They don't go through completely and understand and assimilate that message of our masters. That should be developed. Okay. So therefore, what Babuji says here in this paragraph, that now what sort of man should a seeker be, is the next question. Who is a seeker? A real seeker. He should be one who is blind to the charms of the world. The seeker should be, that is, serious and sincere seeker, real seeker. What is his characteristic? What is his qualities? That he should not attracted by the charms of the world, attractions of the world, temptations of the world, and attachment with the world. These things he should possess. These qualities he should not possess. And again, world. He should be one who is blind to the charms of the world. He is inspired one object and purpose. So that seeker, who is sincere seeker, so what is his intention? That he will have a purpose of life and he will have a goal of life. So that should be there. That characteristic should be there with the seeker. Otherwise, he is not a real seeker. He is an ordinary seeker, according to Babuji Maharaj. So he is inspired with one object, one purpose, and thinking all the while of that alone. You see, such a seeker, such an abhyasi, he will always, like an eagle, no? It will fly high, but its eyes will be on the prey, some little rats or some worms. Though it is flying in the high sky, even then it has the power of eye to just, it will be observing worms and creatures. Okay, we should also develop such kind of focusing the attention always on the object of life, that is ultimate, or the divine master, to merge in him. We should always continuously have, dawn to dusk, we should continuously have such attention on the divine master. He is only the goal, isn't it? So it is, Babuji said like that. And thinking all the while of that alone, nothing next to that. God is one, and God is one without a second. Means like that, that alone we have to, our attention should be on that alone. Okay, only then we can reach that. What Babuji says. That is also a characteristic of a real seeker. Seekers are there. Hello, in our mission there are a lot of sheeps are also there, seekers. But a seeker, in the world there are several mission method masters, and a lot of seekers are there. They are all ignorant people, because they see the majority or the outward appearance of the master, that particular master. They are attracted by the charms, elegance of speech, and intellectual gymnasium or philosophical knowledge that person will be exhibiting. Such a person, immediately these ignorant masses, they will, even ignorant abhyasis, they will, seekers, they will follow him. They will become the follower of him. Then what is the use? It is something like idol worship. If anybody selects such a master by seeing his outward form and ignoring his inward tendencies or inward characteristics, and such abhyasis, such seekers, what do you say about that? Either abhyasis or seekers, what do you say about them? They are blind bats, that's all. Okay, understand? That is blind faith. Rather, it is a superstition, spiritual superstition. So therefore, such abhyasis cannot expect realization or liberation, not even salvation. They will not have in this life. They have to go on in the cycle of birth and death. They have to go on like that till the total extinction of this world. So one must use his discrimination, discretion, and wisdom, and select the proper master, and see that whether the master himself has reached the highest condition or not. Most of the masters in the world, they are, Babuji himself told that most of the missions, method, and masters are there, but that masters, even one or two circles only, or third circle only, they would have crossed. To that level only they can take their followers or the abhyasis. Unfortunately, the followers fall a prey to those masters, and they lose their spiritual progress, lose their goal, lose their sight of the goal, and leave this world. Again, they have to take enter in another body. So Babuji Maharaj is not telling like that, but we have to understand, if he says something, there is a vast, behind that sentence, there will be vast, voluminous expression will be there. That has to be, we have to discriminate and follow it. So therefore, what is that? That alone which may be helpful to him in the attainment of the ideal. The abhyasi should have one purpose, one goal, one master, and you should have his focus, his attention on the object only, whatever he has chosen. Only then, what Babuji says, so such a seeker shall never fail to seek out a master worthy of the job. So a sincere seeker will definitely test all the masters. Without testing, he will not accept anybody as his master. Maybe that master may be in the highest condition of spirituality, but the seeker, no sincere and serious seeker will never, real seeker will never immediately he will become a follower to such masters. He will test, examine the master in all ways. And finally, when his heart is convinced, then only he will take that master into account. Otherwise, he will remain like that. You understand? That is the characteristic of a real seeker. Real wish he has. He wants to reach the ultimate condition because he had so many experiences, bitter experiences in life, and he realized this life is a waste. It is temporary, transitory. And whatever we gain in this life, we have to leave it and go nakedly. So therefore, the soul should go nakedly. So therefore, the sincere seeker will test the master. He may take any much of time, but he will test the master, and then only he will agree and he will surrender to the master for his spiritual evolution. Such a seeker can never be led away by the flow of irrelevant thoughts. So many irrelevant thoughts we will get. While doing meditation, so many abhyasis, they say that I don't feel anything, there is nothing in it. After 20, 30 years also. No, this master is not giving any progress to me. So they have neither interest in their sadhana nor faith in the master. This is the thing which they lack. But they will speak so many things about they can criticize about our mission method master in so many different vernacular means. They may criticize, blame the master. Such abhyasis are useless. I am telling you, being an abhyasi, if he doesn't take whatever he gets from the master, he is a useless guy. And he is the thorn. In spirituality, in our mission, he is only a thorn. He is not a rose. So therefore, everybody should develop that real craving, a real wish for reaching the goal. So therefore, Babuji, such a seeker can never be led away by the flow of irrelevant thoughts. The sincere seeker, the real seeker will never led away, never divert. Nobody can divert his decision, conviction, and his selection of the Guru. He will say, definitely, I have tested my Guruji. And my Guruji is in the ultimate condition of reality. I had the experience. He has given me the experience. I am not blindly following the Guru, the master. But I tested. And he passed in my test. My heart decides heart. Babuji said. So my heart accepted him as my only master throughout eternity. So that is the way how an abhyasi should evolve, should think, should discriminate, should use his discretion. Only then he can progress spiritually. Otherwise, he will be there wherever. He may be in the mission, Ramchandra mission or any other missions. He may be in our mission, but he will be a member, a fan of the master. He can never become the follower of the master. We have to be a follower of the master, not fan. And treating him as matinee idol, that is of no use at all. Instead, we can quit if we don't get any gain, or if you don't want this master, so we can quit and go. There are so many things are there to give us pleasure, happiness, joy. So we'll go. Why we should stay in this mission and spoil the mission's name or hate the mission's principles? Why should such abhyasis are there? I don't understand. That is a thing. So he remains firm on the right path, holding fast to his sadhana. Sadhana should be done thoroughly. Sadhana, regular meditation, regular cleaning, regularly attending satsang, constantly remembering the Divine Master or feeling the presence of Master in all activities, always in the merged, dissolved in the thought of the great Master. Only then the Abhyasi can reach the Master and become one with him. That is what Babuji is telling. Like a crane that will be looking after the fish, it will forget itself. So we should become like a crane, spiritual crane. And our attention should be on the Master and Master alone. That's all. Nothing is required. No learning, no knowledge, no money, no wealth, no prosperity. Nothing is required. Only undivided attention on the Divine Master. In all our activities is the surest means to attain the ultimate condition of reality. That is what Bodhi Maharaj is telling. He is prompted by an intense longing. See, once the real desire arises in the heart of the Abhyasis, then he is prompted by an intense longing and always remains in search of better means to speed up his progress. So such a person, such an Abhyasi, so he is having the intense longing and craving, means earnest craving to reach the Master and become one with him. Definitely he will reach, because that thirst of reality or hunger to reach the ultimate, that should be there. Hunger for reality, that should be there. What Babuji is telling. Here we have to do a lot of sacrifice in spirituality. If everybody thinks by sitting some peace of mind will get, something will come, let us meditate, such people will drop away like leaves, dry leaves that wither away from the tree. Like that they will go away. It is happening like that. But we should not go away like that. Having come at the holy feet of the great Master, we should not leave him. We should be at least we should be at the holy feet and always grateful to the Master, whatever he is giving to us. At least that may, not in this life, next life, that may, we may form determination to reach the Master. So therefore, he remains firm on the right path, holding fast to his sadhana. Sadhana should be done perfectly. Without sadhana, without practice, nothing can be gained. Even worldly things need practice, let alone attaining the spirit, what Lalaji Maharaj says. So we should practice. We have to make up our mind set up. We have to adjust. So that is our responsibility and that is our interest. Nobody is interested in you to reach your ultimate. Nobody is interested except the Divine Master. And also it is you, your creation, our creation. We have come here. We have left the balanced state of existence, and now we are imbalanced condition of existence, that is disturbance. Babuji clearly told, it is the fit of the fate, irony of fate. Why I have being in the balanced state of existence, that what is called ultimate stage, then why I came to this grossest condition, solidity here, I am in the solid, in this bondage. Why I am like that? Babuji simply says, it is the irony of fate. Not only you and me, everybody human being. Irony of fate. So therefore we have to change. Designing the destiny, that we have to design our destiny. Only then we can expect anything, laurels in the field of spirituality. Then, so he is prompted by an intense longing, always remains in search of better means to speed up his progress. Such a person, such a seeker, sincere seeker, real seeker, he will be going, he will be reading the books, spiritual books. He will be studying all the realized, liberated souls. He will study their life. and he will try to imitate or adopt their qualities, and he will study the master or the grandmaster or the mission, the science of the mission. He will be go on how to reach the ultimate in a short period, that he will be working always. Like a musician is a music director, he will be always thinking which music will be suitable. He will always, like a poet, he will be always thinking one or the other poetry. So also a real seeker in our mission, a real abhyasi, he will be thinking always about his object, how to reach, how to attain his object of life. That is the ultimate. You understand my point? So therefore, sincere seeker, real seeker is required in spirituality. That is what Babuji is telling. Otherwise, you have to make up yourself. Otherwise, just leave the mission and go away. Nothing. You will get nothing from the mission, nor you can contribute. If you don't contribute, your contribution also will become nothing. So that is what he says. He is prompted by an intense longing and always remain in search of better means to speed up his progress, spiritual progress. His own internal light helps him a great deal on the path. We are all meditating on the divine light. The divine light means divinity itself. We cannot meditate on divinity. God is divinity, embodiment of divinity and love. So we cannot meditate on God. God is beyond form and formless. Neither Sakar nor Nirakar, but beyond both. What is that condition? Can we just speculate? Will it come to our imagination? God. So God is completely, it is only God can be known by experience. And experience alone, not by knowledge or by our senses, sensorial perception, or by mind. We cannot. Feeling is the language of God. So we have to feel, experience the existence of God. So for that we have to do a lot of practice. So only then, at least we will have a glimpse of his existence. So therefore, what Babuji is telling, his own internal light helps him a great deal on the path. Suppose your attention is put on the divine light, and try to go deep, and the deepest core of the heart, there you will find calmness, which is the characteristic of the soul. Soul means Jivatma, Paramatma, all soul. That's all. Like ocean and waves, both are waters. So the characteristic of the soul is calmness, lightness. So therefore, Babuji says, how do you know that you are progressing in spirituality? Means that you should become lighter and lighter. And becoming lighter, how can you become lighter day by day? When the load of samskars are removed, bit by bit, the load is removed, then you feel light. Another load is removed, you feel lighter, lightest. Finally, all the samskaras, load of samskaras are removed by the will of the master, by the transmission, by the what is called pranahuti from the master. He will cleanse the mind. The dust of the mind is washed away. Then you behold your true form. Through the grace of the satsang, great master, O sadhu, get your purpose fulfilled. That is what our Lalaji Maharaj said. Therefore, these samskars only for a cause for our misery, sufferings, birth and rebirth, all this nonsense, unnecessary thing, unwanted things, whatever we are undergoing in this world, and we have become slave to desires, temptations, attractions. One thing or not, we are completely, we have been imprisoned in this. We have ourselves. This is our own tiny creation that brought us to this world of grossness. So therefore, Babuji is telling that if you meditate on the divine light, the divine itself will, like a magnet, it will attract you. You see how wonderful is this? So then we'll have a speedy progress. Without master, nobody will progress spiritually. None in this present age. There, Saint Kabir, like that, some great personalities are there. They have, by virtue of their devotion towards the Zat, the divine being, ultimate being, they could reach. But not people, ordinary people like us. We have to depend upon the master completely. There is no other way. Therefore, his own internal light helps him a great deal on the path. This is the key to success, which has been so much stressed upon by sages. So sages also in the lore, they have stressed the importance of sadhana. Do sadhana, practice. Practice makes a man perfect. Everybody knows quotations, sayings of great people that I don't say. I may be knowing less than what some giants are there here, intellectual giants. I have met intellectual. I had chatted with the intellectual giants also. In some other, like Facebook, there was Orkut that was closed. But even though they are intellectual giants, those people somewhere they're like Ravana, 10 heads, one of the heads is donkey. That's why Ravana has become like that. Like that, these intellectual giants, they will speak so much flowery language, they will speak high flown English, they will display their knowledge of philosophy like anything. But unfortunately, those guys, they will not use their discretion. They will not realize what our great master, Babuji Maharaj, who is the incarnation of this Kali Yuga. So they cannot understand what he says. That is their fate. Irony of fate is still working on them. So you understand? Such people are useless in this world. What for? Even so many creatures are there. A cow gives milk. The swan, in the sense the peacock, dances beautifully. Like that, the nightingale sings melodiously. Even creatures, the birds and everything is giving happiness to the man. But what man is doing? He is killing himself. Self-immolation, that's all. There is nothing else. Then this is the key to success, which has been so much stressed upon by sages. In short, all that is required for sure success. Finally, Babuji is telling, if you want sure success in spirituality, what are the characteristics you have to develop? Definitely, he says 3 things are required. Any abhyasi, beginner or senior most abhyasis or preceptors, they are also abhyasis. 3 things required to reach the ultimate condition, surely 100%, without doubt. That what Babuji says in the last line. All that is required for sure success in spirituality is intense longing. First thing is intense longing to reach the ultimate, to reach the cherished goal. Intense longing, not longing. Longing is, of course, every common man will have longing for to see the existence, to realize the existence of God. It is there. That longing is there. That doesn't need any prophecy or any proclamation by the great master. Because everyone almost in this world, nowadays, they realized spirituality also one way of getting more and more eternal happiness. So therefore, it has become an art in these days. Anybody can learn. But here, Babuji says, what is called the most important requirement is in spirituality, intense longing. Not longing, but intense longing. Real longing. Intense. We should have intense longing to reach our goal. Number 2, together with proper means. Here, Babuji, we have to understand, if we look at what Babuji Maharaj is telling, his psychology, and what he wants to tell, To understand that, it will take a lot of, we can write volumes. Even one sentence Babuji says, we can write volumes on that. And it will take decades to understand what he says. So here what he said, with proper means, the method, what the master has given the method, through that method, by following that method, one can go to his destination. But just following the method, doing meditation now and then, or going to the satsang once in a blue moon, or bandaras, doing voluntary service. Like that, people are there, abhyasis are there. They do it. What for? To satisfy themselves. They reach. Nothing else. Such, that is not the proper means of adopting the means. That is not the correct method of art. Adopting the method. The method is yoga. Maybe Raja Yoga, whatever yoga. But what Babuji says, you have to implicitly, you have to obey the orders of the master, prescription, and you have to do sadhana seriously, sincerely. That is required. Only then you will have fast progress. Otherwise, you will be where you are. If you take even meditation also, some people, they treat it as mental exercise, gymnasium, gymnics. They take it in that sense. If you do meditation, your mind will become peaceful, tranquil, and sometimes you will feel intoxication. So meditation is helpful. Worldwide, you see in India also, starting from the parliament to the platform, everybody will be telling. Nowadays, even English people, the foreigners also telling, meditate, yaar. Your mind will be healthy. You will lead a healthy life. Do meditation. It will reduce your stress, strain, hypertension, your tension, hypertension, your BP, your sugar, everything will come to normal if you do meditation regularly. Is this gymnastic center our mission? And Babuji is any gymnast? Our gurus? You just ponder, speculate yourself, think yourself. This is not gymnasium, gymnastic center to practice this type of making the one of the fine arts like that. This meditation is not for our well-being. This is for reaching our goal, permanent well-being. So that has to be analyzed and realized by the abhyasis. That is number one. Intense longing should be there. Together with the proper means, the method also you have to follow. What for Babuji is suggested, prescribed that method, meditation, cleaning and everything. That is only for spiritual growth, not for material prosperity. So that should be cleared once for all. No, I don't want. Even somebody infuses that idea in our circle. Why can't you ask your master to give you prosperity, material prosperity? You will get it. No. Even if I know that he is having the capacity, caliber, and he is having a lot of divine power in him, even then, I don't want anything materially. I want spiritual advancement. That's all. I don't want anything from him. I have not come to this mission just to please the master and lead a peaceful, decent life, problemless life, scot-free life. I have not come to this mission for all these material pleasures, material requirements. I have not come to the mission. I have come to the mission for what? For reaching the ultimate by the guidance, by the grace and blessings of the master. And that alone I want from him. Whatever happened to me in my life, so many things in my life also happened. So many drastic consequences, so many tragedies, fiasco, whatnot, disease and everything. I must have committed lot of suicide. I must have committed because I was unable to face the problems of life. Even then, and we have to leave it at the holy feet of Babuji Maharaj. Whatever problems, diseases, wishes, or anything, we have to leave at the holy feet of the Master. And we have to pray the Master, thy will be done, your will be done. Whatever you give, failure, or miseries, or any other thing, whatever you give, pain or pleasure, it is at your disposal. I am leaving it to you at your holy feet. That is the real seeker. He is the real seeker of the Master. Rest all, they are only selfish people, self-centered. They appear so much. They sing like anything, so many things on Babuji Maharaj or the Master. Finally, they cheat themselves. They cannot cheat the Master. They cheat themselves and they suffer. And that is the second thing. Together with proper means. Proper means, you have to understand. You have to understand the doctor of divinity. He prescribes something for your ailment. We are all patients, spiritual patients. And we have to take his prescription. Only then we can get rid from our spiritual ailments and become healthy. Otherwise, if we don't care his prescription, we will go down. We will lose our vitality and become solid rock. That's all. So number 2, with proper means and earnest endeavors. That is, earnest endeavors means hard work. Okay, understand? Hard, there is no substitute for hard work. We have to work hard. Only then the nature may sympathize and the grace may be poured in our bowl of heart. Otherwise, practice. Practice alone. Hard work alone. Because we are normal. We are ordinary human beings, folks. We are ordinary human beings, not extraordinary human beings. Ordinary. Therefore, we have to do hard work in spirituality. That is, we have to mold ourselves in whatever way the Guruji Maharaj, he is expecting from us. So we have to do hard work. I cannot do meditation. What is this? You don't do meditation. Who asked you to do meditation? You are doing meditation for your sake. You are eating for your sake, for subsiding your hungry. I won't eat. Means be like that. Live like that. Who bothers about you? So we have to be, our hard work only will give us progress, and in the remote future, that great Master, out of his mercy, we may get relieved from this bondage of life and death and rebirth. Of course, that is left to his sweet will and pleasure. We are after all mortals. He is immortal. But we have to be very sincere in our thought, deed, and action. In our desire to reach him, that should be real. And it can be made real. The desire can be made real. We can transform ourselves. Because we have spoiled ourselves, isn't it? We have destroyed ourselves. When we have that power to destroy ourselves, why not we have the power to construct ourselves again? We can construct a good character, a good will in the heart of the Master. See, Babuji has told, a real cry of a true seeker will bring the Master to his door. So that is what Babuji is telling. You see, you are telling, I am constantly remembering you. But when I will reach my destination, means you are remembering. That's okay. But I should remember you. The Master should remember. Only then, the constant remembrance what we practice has a meaning. So the real cry of a true seeker will bring the master to his door. Means the real seeker, real abhyasi, he will not go to the master. The master will come to him, his door, and knock. What is your problem, yeah? And he will embrace. So to that level, we have to become perfect in our thinking. Do what you say what you do. Say what you do and do what you say. So we have to be very, very cautious in spirituality. Otherwise, we will lose the woods. We will lose the way. Where we will be, nobody knows. Very, very cautiously. And we have to put all our vitalities, our focus. So very sincerely, we have to follow implicitly. That is required by the master. But that too, we are the most fortunate beings in the world. Nobody can be like this. Only a few abhyasis. How many people are there here? Say 5 million people or 6 million people, abhyasis are there. Only that. But what is the strength of the population? Running to 1,000 crores. What is this? Abhyasis. So, therefore, everybody should mold themselves to please, to win the heart of the master. Not just pleasing or flattering or not that. We have to win the heart of the master. Only then our problem of life is completely solved. That's all. Thank you very much. I have taken 45 minutes. I want to finish within 5 minutes, but I took 45 minutes. And I sincerely and I really thankful to those abhyasis who hope and who listens this master's message and assimilates and follow. Those abhyasis, certainly they will have spiritual progress, leaps and bounds. That's all. See you again. Have a nice day. Om Shanti.